And it's been a pretty active day so far. We're tracking a couple of storm reports, hail reported in a couple of our counties like Williamson County and then also in Callaway County. So really keeping an eye as we're tracking a couple of storms as they continue to push through the region as they were sitting just off to our north there. So this video is sent in. It was between HERRIN and Johnston City very recently from Tina Wood Butler, really showing that hail as it's coming down. Also how windy it was, how quickly the rain was coming down, and how heavy it was. So radar still lighting up quite a bit. A lot of that activity though off to our east. So these storms were just to our north. They kind of turned on their side and now they're pushing to the south. So now a lot of activity near Evansville, Owensboro, extended down to Clarksville. We've seen a couple of pop-up showers through our region. This one's still hanging with us. There was a warning on it. Good news is it's now expired, but if you're in El Dorado towards Ridgeway, Equality, even Harrisburg, still some very heavy rain in this. This is exactly what was producing hail that we saw in that video out of HERRIN and Johnston City. Still tracking that severe thunderstorm watch in place until 7 for some of us, and then the extended counties actually until 8 p.m. So now Shawnee Town, you're included in that. You weren't a couple of hours ago. So again, keeping an eye on all of this today. We've got some of that severe weather. And then of course also it's very hot outside for some of us. If you aren't seeing the storm, so mostly SEMO, you're definitely getting a lot warmer. More blue skies, temperatures in the low to mid 90s in Poplar Bluff, upper 80s for Sparta and Carbondale, Mount Vernon right at those mid 70s. So we're seeing a wide range of temperatures, and those storms are exactly why. So if you're seeing the warmer temperatures, you're also seeing the higher heat indices. Huge range. I mean, Carmi right now 67 degrees. If we just travel to the far side of SEMO there, Piedmont 103. So wide range again, really just depending if you're seeing some of these storms or not. Heat indices definitely reflecting this. We've got Evansville feeling like 68, Marion feeling like 70, but then if you're down into the Boot Hill, 115 degrees. So thanks to those storms as they move through, we're still tracking that isolated storm chance over the next couple of hours. The question really is if they can refuel enough too. Guaranteed though, a lot of us really tracking that heat. So threat tracker pretty high. We've got, of course, the threat of the hot weather. We're tracking those isolated severe storms. As we go into the weekend, I know a lot of us are wanting some of that rain. Much better chance of it again on Saturday, but fortunately might come with some severe weather. Into next week, still tracking the chance for a couple of isolated pop-up storms, and then also the heat not nearly as bad as today. So very warm outside. Here's that chance, at least one of these model runs showing those storms at least refueling for southern Illinois. Again, this isn't what everything is showing. It's just one model depiction. For 7 o'clock, still seeing the chance for a couple of storms to fire up and stay with us over the next couple of hours. By 10, dipping into the 80s. Waking up early on Friday, we're very warm into the 70s, quickly climbing back up by almost lunchtime. Right at 95 degrees. Heat indices much warmer by the afternoon and into the early evening like today. Some of those storms and rain could refuel, so something to kind of keep an eye on. This is for today though. So still tracking the Storm Prediction Center. They've got that enhanced risk extended from Mount Vernon towards Shawneetown. Carbondale, Cape Girardeau, Paducah, you're in that 2 out of 5. Fredericktown, Sikeston, 1 out of 5. Really great to have the Storm Track 3 app. We've got a lot of warnings, watches, advisories in place, and that's a great way to really stay up to date as all of this continues to change. So we're seeing that excessive heat warning, heat advisory, and that's because we still have a couple of hot days ahead of us with tomorrow's highs climbing about 101 to 102 degrees. So tracking a couple of isolated storms tomorrow evening, scattered storms picking back up on Saturday and Sunday. We get a nice break on Monday, but really our 7 and 10 day forecast, it's looking very much like a June-July forecast.
You know, Katie, I got to step outside as that storm system was heading over HERRIN, and that hail was coming down. It looked so bad. All I could think was, oh, okay, so this is my first storm, you know, experience. But, you know, fortunately for us, we didn't feel anything over here. But
yeah, we had the thunder rumbling. It's just you know, summertime like system.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for those updates, Katie.
Thanks.
Well, Independence Day